Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to replace the rear door panel speaker on my 2015 Lincoln MKZ Hybrid. This is the same process on all MKZ ranging from 2013 to 2020. Hit that subscribe button and show your support to my channel. My channel has grown significantly and it's all thanks to you guys. If you want to connect with other Lincoln MKZ owners, check out the Real Lincoln MKZ Facebook enthusiast page, which I will leave a link in the description below. My rear door panel speaker is blown, which is why I'm replacing it. I ordered a used rear speaker from eBay for around $50 Canadian. The speaker is from a donor 2015 Lincoln MKZ with the regular speakers and not the THX. You can find the THX speakers on eBay too, but they're a bit more expensive, and the sound is not that different from my experience. You might be wondering why I'm not going with the aftermarket replacement. The front door panels on my MKZ has aftermarket kicker speakers, but the problem is that the stock amp doesn't have enough power to power those speakers. So whenever I crank up the volume, there's a popping sound coming from those aftermarket speakers that I installed. I wish I knew this before replacing those speakers, because now the sound quality is better, but I'm unable to crank up the volume without the sound distorting. So it's best to use the stock speakers unless you're planning to do a full sound upgrade with newer amps and speakers. I know you're seeing my 2019 MKZ right now, but the repair is being done on my 2015 MKZ. Anyways, for this project you're going to need a 7mm and 10mm socket, a plastic or metal pry tool, a new speaker, and a lot of patience. Let's get right into the video. There are two 7mm bolts down below right here. Slowly remove them. I'm just going to fast forward as I do that. Place the bolts in a safe spot where you don't lose them. Then use your pry tool to pry out the window switch housing. Gently stick your pry tool at the end of the switch panel and slowly pry it out. Try not to bend the plastic switch housing too much. I'm using a metal flathead screwdriver here. Be careful not to damage the door panel. Unplug the wire. Once you remove the window switch, there will be a 10mm bolt in there that you'll have to remove, but let's first remove the 10mm bolt behind the door handle. Usually there will be a plastic piece covering this 10mm bolt behind the door handle, but my car never came with it. If you do have this piece, gently pry it out with your pry tool. Now let's start removing the 10mm bolts located behind the door handle, then afterwards the other 10mm bolt in the door panel where the window switch was. Once these two screws are removed, we are now ready to remove the door panel. Gently pull the door panel towards you, starting from the bottom, and work your way around. Once the door panel is unclipped, lift the top to remove the door panel. Be careful when removing the panel off the door because there are 2 wires and 1 cable that is connected. I'm just going to unplug these 2 wires here. You don't have to remove the cable since we just need to have access to the speaker. The cable is on the right side over there, and these are the 2 wires. I just gently placed the door panel on the ground, tilted on its side, and now I have access to the speaker. Here is the THX speaker. It's held by 3 7mm bolts. Unplug the power connector first, then start removing those 3 bolts you see there. Now the speaker is free, so you can take it out. Here is the replacement speaker I got. It's the non-THX, as I mentioned before. As you can see, the build is a bit different compared to the original THX speaker. The THX has a rubber surround, whereas the non-THX has more of a foam surround. Now let's install the new speaker back in. So place the speaker in the housing and hand tight the 3 7mm bolts back in. Then plug the connection back in. Before putting the door panel back in, make sure to check to see if the speaker is working. Mine is working perfectly again, so we can start putting the door panel back on. Don't forget to plug back the 2 wires that we disconnected before. Also, make sure that the window power wire is accessible after you put the panel back on. Align the pins on the panel with the door. Start from the top and gently work your way around the bottom like this. Once the panel is secure, bolt back the 10mm in the window switch area first, followed by the 10mm bolt behind the door handle. Just hand tight them. Connect the window switch plug and push the housing back in like this. And finally, bolt back the 2 7mm bolts below the door panel. That's all. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away in the comments down below, or check in at the Real Lincoln MKZ Facebook enthusiast group online. See you all next time.